Welcome back guys to this week's unboxing video for the Longway scooters. We have a few of their models here that just hit the stores this past week and we're excited to show you guys what we got. Who is Longway? You know, what's up with these completes? It's a pretty brand new name to you guys. So we're here to do an unboxing on some of their models to show you what's up. So starting off, we're gonna have here, this is gonna be the Sector model. This is gonna be their middle of the line model and starting right around $170. Let's open this bad boy up. Bars got wrapped up, let's throw that away. So right away I can tell these are aluminum bars with how light they feel. Checking the inner diameter, yep, these are aluminum bars. So we're most likely gonna be running mini HIC / IHC. I believe Longway considers theirs IHC. Anything we forgot? Nope, just the usual, just an owner's manual in there, and then put that aside. Let's put it together. Pretty simple. Obviously, when you get it out of the box, this is all you would have to do. So most of you guys that wonder, what do I have to do when I buy this scooter? This is it. You get the bars, put it in there. Obviously, you wanna make sure they're straight. Right now, this is just, you know, a little unboxing, so I'm just gonna eye it out and do my best. I see not a 6mm, it's gonna be a 5mm, which kind of a bummer because, you know, 6mm bolts, you can just provide a lot more strength and support in there, less ability to slip and strip. But, you know, the 5mm is the standard, so nothing wrong with that. Bam, bars are on, probably a bit crooked. Don't laugh at me. So now that we got the bars on, this is gonna be the Sector model, as we once said, and this is gonna be the neochrome color. Starting at the top, it's black grips. Kind of hard to tell you, they feel a little hard right now, but most grips can be pretty hard at the top. The bars might resemble some district bars to you guys. And then moving down, you know, we're gonna have double clamp, oversized, capable. Does not come with the shim because the bars are oversized. You get a nice double clamp with some cutouts here, neochrome to match the deck. Integrated headset, obviously, that's pretty much the standard nowadays. The fork kind of reminds me of, yeah, like a district FK fork or HT fork. And, you know, there is some speculation, you know, that Longway was in the behind the scenes of a lot of other companies helping, you know, them produce their products. So if you might see some of these components and be like, oh, this looks like district or this looks like so-and-so, it's because Longway originally was kind of just in the behind the scenes and then they ultimately just made their own line of products. So that's why it's also a fairly new company. Moving down to the fork, one-piece fork, aluminum obviously. We're gonna have 110 wheels right off the get-go. Nice little triple spoke design here, which is pretty nice and sleek. Black on black, super nice and stylish with the cutouts on the side. And the head tube here might remind you about the district head tube is as well. Plain black grip tape, pretty simple logo here, nothing too fancy. As you see, back end right here, the plugs and the brake almost identical to the district. So it's gonna be no bolts whatsoever for the brake, simply gonna slide in, and it's gonna slide in with also the deck inserts or the deck spacers. Last little feature that we didn't mention is gonna be the plate in the front. Very similar to the Sacrifice decks on how some of them have this plate in the front. This one's a pretty simple plastic mold here. So as of right now, we don't have replacements for this. So if you wear them out, we unfortunately do not have the replacements yet, but it is nice to see this incorporated into this deck as well. So now we're gonna weigh this bad boy and give you some dimensions. Let's get our scale out. 7 pounds, 4.3 ounces. All right. Not too bad. Now let's get those dimensions set for you guys. Now that we know the weight, just 7 pounds and a quarter. This bad boy is 21 long. It's a pretty good length, definitely. 21's not too bad. And then on our width, right at the 4.5. Now let's measure our foot space. 14 and about a quarter right to the brake right here. Definitely not too bad for only being a 21-inch long deck. Now let's move on up to the bars. 22 wide, which is what I personally ride. Put this on my head. Hopefully it doesn't fall. If we take into accommodation the grips, just about 23.5 tall. For the price point and the category of the scooter being more intermediate beginner, it's definitely a very good size. For the weight overall as well, just being 7 pounds and about 7.25 pounds, also good on the weight side. So this is gonna be the Sector. Now let's move on out to the Precinct and the Metro. This is gonna be the Metro. All right, got another one here with the neochrome deck. Didn't even really realize that. Now you're gonna notice right away, head tube is different. So as you saw on the head tube on the other one with the cutouts on the side, this one is just gonna have a simple cutout here, which actually leads through the bottom, which is pretty interesting to see. That usually tends to be filled, but this one's actually open. Still gonna be integrated. The clamp now, less cutouts as you see, just simple cutout here and here, no logo either. The bars, almost if not exactly identical. Same grips. The wheels, it's a little different from the other 3 spokes because it was 2 spokes on each one, but this one's gonna be simple 1, 1, 1. The fork is identical. The only difference now I do see is this brake bolts in place. So that's really interesting. that the Metro model now is gonna have a brake that you can bolt in from the bottom that's steel, versus the Sector, which actually had the district-like brake with the molds in the back. And obviously 110 wheel, same thing in the front, 110 millimeter max capacity for the fork. The brake though, yeah, 110 max. I wouldn't push that. You would have to bend that and then you could possibly snap it. And as we don't have replacements at the moment, like we're saying, guys, be very careful with that. It's gonna be 7 pounds, 2.9 ounces. If you recall, the Sector model was 7 pounds, 4.3 ounces. Literally only about a 2 ounce difference. So still just barely above the 7 pound weight. The bars as well are still aluminum here. You're still running IHC. Now that we got the weight being almost identical to the Sector model, let's go and see the measurements. We're gonna have 19.75 long, so 19.75 of an inch. Almost an inch and a quarter less than the Sector model at 21. Not too bad. Definitely for being a beginner model, the shorter deck is a lot better for the younger riders. And on the width, 4.5. Great width and a great length for you smaller riders. And now that we got the deck measurements, now let's get these bar measurements. Surprisingly, 21.5 wide, so only a ½ inch less in the width compared to the Sector model. Nice, this one's just about 21.5 tall. We did forget our foot space measurement test, so let's get that one next. Barely any difference. It's gonna be just about 14 inches, so only about 1/4 of an inch less foot space, even though the deck is about 1¼ inches less in overall deck length. Main difference, so like we said, is gonna be the brake. The brake is now bolted on. It's not gonna be like the Sector model that's slid in similar to a district. So this is the beginner model for all you guys, starting right around 150. Not too bad, definitely a great price point for what you're getting. And last but not least, we have the big bad boy, the Precinct. Oh man, this Precinct right away, instantly, a lot heavier. I felt that right away. But if you see these bars, these things are huge. Key distinctive feature is also the head tube, which is really nice to see. Each model has a different head tube design, which makes it a little bit more exclusive and unique to its own. The clamp as well is a little different. No cutouts, no logo. Just kind of has these little like tabs right here where they cut out. The wheels are definitely gonna be a completely different design. Very nice. Kind of reminds me almost of like an Envy wheel. The fork though, it is pretty nice and sleek. It's gonna be nice and edgy, which I personally like with the lines. This is a 110 millimeter wheel. Obviously still integrated headset, integrated head tube. And moving on up, these bars are actually gonna be HIC capable because they're gonna be oversized in steel, which is a big reason as to why it felt a lot heavier than the other two models. So no aluminum bars readily available just to switch out to. If you were trying to run aluminum bars to make this lighter, you would have to switch your fork to an IHC or mini HIC fork. Once again, I see now that there's gonna be a different brake. And this one bolts on too, actually. This one does not have the plugs for the front end. It's very interesting to see that the beginning models, the Sector and the Metro, had the plugs, but this is the highest end model and it doesn't. So that's one downside I would say right away. It's like, there's no reason to have this open like this, especially because as you start grinding and doing certain tricks, this is gonna cave in. Hopefully we will get that plate sold separately so you guys can buy that by itself and add it on. So now let's get this bad boy weighed and let's get those measurements next. 9 pounds, 8.5 ounces. That is just a hair over 9.5 pounds. That's a 2 pound difference from the other models. So if you guys are worried about weight and you wanna have a lightweight scooter, definitely stick to the Metro or the Sector model because this Precinct model is definitely built for the bigger guys. Let's get our deck dimensions. 21.5 and our width, about 4.7. So a little bit wider as well. If you were to push your foot all the way to the back, you'd get about 14.75. If you were to rest your foot right here, right on the edge, we're gonna now go back up to the bars, which right away, like I said, they're huge. So let's go and see how wide they are to start. And whoa, these are like 26 wide. That's really, really wide coming out of the box. I only run about 22 wide, and the fact that these are 4 inches wider than my own bars goes to show you that it's definitely built for the bigger riders. Oh man, not bad. So counting for the grips, these are about 27 tall. 27 tall. That's tall, dude. That's one of the tallest bars I think on the market for a complete scooter right now. Clearly, this bad boy is ready for all the older guys or anybody who's ready to take on a bigger scooter. The Precinct is definitely gonna hold up for you, especially at the price point of being under 250. Really, really good. I mean, that's exceptional. All right, guys, as you've seen all the models, starting with the Sector, then the Metro, now the Precinct. These are gonna be the 3 lines and the 3 models coming from Longway. Overall, great price points, great quality behind the scooters, great sizes as well, which is a big problem with completes nowadays is, you know, it's easy to get a good complete for the price, but for something of the size and the quality, Longway is stepping it up. So very excited to have unboxed this for you guys. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you guys have any questions about Longway or any of the products you guys saw today, make sure you let us know, because without your feedback, we won't ever know. So I know you guys always ask and we want to answer. We hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you follow Longway and see what they're up to on their Instagram page and all their social media. Obviously, make sure you're following all of us on our social media, all our Twitter accounts and Instagram, Facebook, you know, the usual routine. It's been another great day helping you guys out, learn about this new company and these new completes. So see you next time.